A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a move that has sparked outrage and concern across the nation, President Donald Trump is poised to sign a massive tax and spending bill that critics are calling a significant step towards a neo-medieval society. This bill, which has been labeled by Republicans as the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, is set to impact millions of Americans, particularly the most vulnerable populations. As the clock ticks down to the July 4th deadline, the implications of this legislation are beginning to take shape, with many of its most severe effects carefully timed to unfold after the upcoming midterm elections. The bill, which passed the Senate with a tie-breaking vote from Vice President J.D. Vance, is a complicated piece of legislation that extends Trump's first-term tax cuts, funds his controversial vision for a border wall, and includes sweeping changes to federal programs such as Medicaid and the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, SNAP. While Republicans tout the benefits of the bill, many experts warn that it will decimate the lives of millions, particularly in rural areas where hospitals are already struggling to stay afloat. One of the most alarming aspects of the bill is its impact on Medicaid, a program that provides essential health care for low-income and elderly Americans. The legislation imposes new work requirements for able-bodied Medicaid recipients aged 19 to 64, who will need to prove their employment status through burdensome paperwork. While proponents argue that this will encourage self-sufficiency, critics point out that many individuals may lose their coverage altogether due to the complexities of compliance. Furthermore, the bill proposes significant cuts to Medicaid funding, with estimates suggesting a reduction of up to $1 trillion over the next decade. This could lead to an increase of nearly 12 million uninsured individuals by 2034, with rural health centers facing potential closure due to the loss of federal support. Despite the Senate's addition of a $50 billion rural hospital fund to appease concerned lawmakers, the uncertainty surrounding its distribution raises questions about its effectiveness in mitigating the anticipated shortfall. The changes to SNAP are equally concerning, as the bill raises the work requirement age from 54 to 64 and includes parents of children older than 6 in the work requirement category. This could drastically reduce the number of eligible Americans, as states will also be required to cover at least 5% of SNAP benefit costs starting in 2028. These cuts are projected to total $230 billion over the next decade, further exacerbating food insecurity among low-income families. In addition to the cuts to social programs, the bill introduces various tax changes that will affect American taxpayers. While some deductions will be allowed for tips and overtime pay, the bill also raises the cap on state and local tax, SALT, deductions for households making under $500,000, only to revert back to a lower cap in 2030. Notably, tax credits for electric vehicle purchases and green home upgrades will be eliminated, signaling a shift away from environmentally friendly policies. As the American public braces for the potential fallout from this bill, questions linger about the motivations behind its passage. Many are left wondering why the legislative body does not better reflect the values and needs of its constituents. The current political climate seems to favor elite interests over the legitimate aspirations of the American people, leading to calls for structural changes within the legislative system. As we approach the holiday weekend, the implications of the One Big Beautiful Bill Act loom large, with millions of Americans left to navigate the uncertain waters of a transformed social safety net. With the midterm elections on the horizon, the timing of these changes raises further concerns about their impact on vulnerable populations who will feel the effects long after the votes are cast. The future of America hangs in the balance, and the voices of the people must be heard in the face of such sweeping legislative changes. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.